Sisters, brothers and sisters, I'm back, Mr. Time. And I'm right here, man, just contemplating some things, that came across my mind earlier. I just wanted to discuss, and make aware, about the justice system here in the United States. I don't know how often people really pay attention to it, but I'm quite sure, from Chicago to Atlanta, from New York to California, that we all know people that are part of the system. It is no shortage. And again, I just wanted to bring some awareness as to the pressure and the bias of it. You know what I mean? The bias of this justice system. We live in the United States where if you're a part of Wall Street or some big hedge firm, that manage, people's retirements and, things of that nature, and you commit a crime, it's just a slap on the wrist. You get a slap on the wrist for stealing millions of dollars from people. I mean millions, 80 million to upwards of, maybe 600-700 million. And our government, the justice system, we're going after them, justice is going to prevail. They will be dealt with. And it's crazy, the Madoff, thing in '07, again, that happens all the time. The Enron scam, that was what, 2000? So again, these people stole, millions from society. Slap on the wrist, give back what, maybe like 60% of the money, keep the other 40% as profit, go off, play golf for 36 months in jail, and then get another 36 months of probation. But in the meanwhile, they walked away with, $40 million out of the hundreds of millions that they stole. How is it justice? Again. And then, the same justice system, again. You look at California, There's a brother, back in 97, I believe, 97 or 98, 3 strikes law. And that brother, he stole a slice of pizza. And they put him in prison for life. So how is that possible? A person that's hungry at the moment steals a slice of pizza. Back then, couldn't have been valued no more than like 95 cents a slice. And the individual was caught and put in prison for life under the 3 strikes law. So, those who don't believe that it's 2 different justice systems, it is. If it's white collar and, you can dress up and wear a suit behind it and use an ink pen as your weapon, you good to go. But if you happen to, put it in your pocket at a store or run out the door with it because you're hungry, you're going to do 1,000,000 years. 1,000,000 years. And this is just how, the government has been set up, man, since the beginning of time. Because one thing that they've never done, they never abolished slavery. Slavery just took on a different meaning, man, and a different term. It became a mental institution instead of something physical with shackles. When they drew up the Constitution, man, and all of that, it was, every man has a, right to pursue happiness. Yeah, okay, until you slip up and get caught, and then your happiness is going to be in prison, serving us once again. They wanted to look justifiable when they put you in slavery, because prison is modern day slavery. That's all it is, brothers and sisters. As soon as you slip up, they there to calculate and make a profit off of your time that you got to do. Free labor. It's no different than in China. In fact, China is I'm not going to say it's good or bad, but those people are not sentenced. You see what I'm saying? They can stop, quit, leave the country, but Here in the United States, if you break that law, you're sentenced to go, work at a slave shop. Yes, that's the difference. And unfortunately, majority of the people that are in these institutions are Latino, African American. You don't see no you don't see no Asian. You see some European in there. I take that back. There's European in there. But you don't see no Asian. You don't see too many other nationalities in the United States system. Outside of those three, man. Italians, Europeans, and the brown people for the most part. But again, once you know this, it ought to put you on the next level of, don't do it, man. It ain't worth it. Whatever it is, man, whatever shortcut, you might be down and out. Don't do it because the system ain't fair. As a kid, we seen those commercials and, it show you the woman, holding the scale with the blindfold. Yeah, if they gave us that as an image, we should have known that it was nothing gonna be nothing like that. You know what I mean? But yeah, the system that we live in, man, it's unjust, man. I don't know how many brothers and sisters even know that, back in the 80s, the crack law epidemic, when crack and cocaine was an epidemic, they was biased right there. It was two different, prison sentence for, the same product. But again, they knew that who was gonna have what product. So again, there was prejudice amongst the laws. Crack cocaine was something that the average, city person was gonna get caught with. The average person in an urban setting. And they gave it, 10 times more time than the individual who would get caught with powder. Now, common sense tell you that you can't have crack cocaine without powder cocaine. So how is it that the person that can get caught with a kilo of powder cocaine can only get 5 years? But again, if that brother get caught with a kilo of hard crack rock cocaine, he's out of there. That's like 3 life sentences. So again, if you don't believe that, that there's 2 laws at work in the United States, test it, man. Test the theory, man. Just, Google it. Do your homework. That's how you test it. Just do your homework. Again, white collar crime versus blue collar crime. Again, if we didn't have so much white collar crime, there probably wouldn't be no need for blue collar crime. It'd be enough for everybody. So, again, I just, like I say, I just call it how I see it, brothers and sisters. And that's just law. I'm going to make a video about the 2 different education systems here in America. 2 different education systems. One that train you to be a minion and a sheep, and then the other one that trains you to be a boss and a leader, to take this country to the next level. But back to the laws, because the laws is what govern and dictate the people. And I don't understand if the people can see that, it's biased. It's very biased. And we don't know it until we got loved ones that's, entangled into the system. And it's crazy because when I use the word entangled, I mean like a web, man. It's a lot of deceit behind it. At the end of the day, again, I've heard this saying where law is designed to where it captures the weak. It's strong enough to capture the weak, but it's weak enough where it can't hold the strong. So you just wrap your mind around that and think about what's the weak and what's the strong that it can hold. It's strong enough to hold the weak, which is the people without, no good sense, no money to understand what they up against. And then those who have the money and got the lawyers and they can understand and empower themselves. That's what that saying is saying, man, at the end of the day. Because half of us, we don't know the terminology that's used in these courts. We go there to support our people and we pray that, the truth come out. But they talking a whole different language. How can you expect real justice when it's in a whole different dialect, different meanings? Your meaning of a dwelling is completely different than their meaning of a dwelling. Our dwelling as a regular citizen, we would think of a home or a house. Well, their dwelling may be, an enterprise. So again, that's where the double talk come in at. And we let it slide, man, because we're divided. We're divided. I mean, think about it. Each and every time we're promised new laws and new rights, but yet we're not coming together on them. We're divided. So again, I just wanted to bring food for thought about, the double standards of law right here in the United States. That's all. It's two different laws at work. Depending on who you are, what you do, how you do it, it's going to determine how you're treated, So again, food for thought. Not trying to make this video too long, brothers and sisters, If you've been with me for a while, you know that I'm steady trying to grow the channel and get to where I'm trying to be. Reach as many people as possible, So if you, enjoy my dialect and things of that nature that I'm talking about, hit the like button and subscribe, brothers and sisters. I love you. Stay safe. And keep your head up. The struggle is real.